Good evening, spooky boys and ghouls. And welcome to the darkest dungeon. In this case, the estate grounds of the darkest YouTube estate. Which is what I named this save file. Because it's my save file for YouTube. Imagine that. I have played this game many, many times. I'd say at least 4 times. It is amazing. The second one came out probably 6 months ago? Maybe not even that much. Haven't played that one yet because I heard it was a decent departure from this one. And I think this one is so good it's got everything you need. So I would be surprised if I never played that one, but Darkest Dungeon 1, man, it's a classic. And they decided to make a sequel for a reason. If you don't know about this game, it is a dungeon crawler, really, with roguelite elements. But I really consider it to be more of a dungeon crawler and almost a little bit of a city builder here in this area. It's like a dungeon crawler, city builder, strategy, light roguelike. And it does it all so well. It's got great music. It's got an amazing narrator. But this is just the main hub where I am back after finishing just the very quick tutorial mission that just gets you here. And you always start with these same 4 friends you'll see above me. You can rename all of your party members. So we've got John, Hermes, Jamie, and Eric. I figured shout out to the crew. And you always start with these 4 classes, who are, I believe, the Crusader, Highwayman, Plague Doctor, Vestal, who all have their own unique abilities that get you through the dungeon and combo together, and you really need to play off of their strengths in order to succeed. And in between runs in the dungeon, you can use various services in all of these buildings, none of which are unlocked right now. I believe, unlock at least 2 after this first mission. But let's get right up into it so you can see some more of the concrete details.
And morbidity. Your work begins.
And there's the narrator. He's very good. I like him. I think he's like your uncle in the game or something who went like kind of crazy. So right now we could jump into the end game of the Darkest Dungeon, the titular Darkest Dungeon. That's level 6 though, so that's probably not a good idea. We're on level 1. We would get 1 shot. Or go for the mission you're supposed to do, which is just this first adventure into kind of the stock dungeon area, the ruins. There are 5 different areas with different enemies and kind of different biome type things. At least in the stock game. I think there are 2 more added. It's like the Blood Court. It's like all vampire themed out here. And then this thing, I think, is like the Mines of Madness or something. That are DLC. So before every mission, you can kind of read up on what you're about to get into and your goal for the mission. So we're trying to explore 90% of the rooms, and this is the reward we would get. Some gold, some upgrade materials for our place, our city. It's called the Hamlet. And then like a little item. And we'll want to bring all our friends along here. And depending on what your combination of characters is, they can give you, once the Plague Doctor Jamie stops talking, this little flavor name for your party. That's kind of fun. And slotting in these positions is actually quite important because all of these characters have skills that only work from certain positions and on certain positions of the enemies. I just know this is where I want these boys right now, so we're good there. And then you also, before every mission, you provision.
The cost of preparedness.
In which case,
Later.
you can get food to heal your party, and generally, at least once per mission, they'll get hungry, and if you don't have food at that point, they take both health and stress damage, and can get into that in a little bit. So I'll probably just take 4 food, which should be fine. I'll take 1 shovel, which can help get past some obstacles without taking penalties, maybe a key, and that's it. Normally, you would want to take torches, but as you probably read from the title, this is the No Torch Challenge. It's actually a decent strategy for early on if you kind of know what you're doing. It saves you gold, and the darker the dungeon is, the more potential you have for increased rewards, though it is more dangerous, and you go crazier faster. But no gold challenge, or no torch challenge, so we're going to go with that. And go ahead and embark. I don't need 8 food, I don't believe. If I get that penalty, that's just part of the game, son. Risk reward. And we will jump in here to the ruins. So we've got our party in our order. When you're not in combat, you can switch them up at any time. We don't want to do that, though, because it's how I want them to. You can see here various skills, basically all attacks. This one in the back, Eric, is kind of set up to be more of a healer in this case, but you'll see some of their skills in action as we go along. Up here is my light meter, which will only go down because I don't have torches, and you can kind of see the buffs we're getting for our current light level, and it will slowly get down to more likely to be surprised by monsters, but better loot chance, etc. And if we click down here, we see the map, and we just need to click on any one of these squares adjacent to where we are to start moving in that direction. And there are various events that can happen, like this one, on the way, where we get a torch. I'm not going to use it, but I just wanted to show you what some of the random things you can stumble upon in between rooms. And then with these rooms, you'll either get something like a fight, it might be empty, it might have a chest like it does now, or it could have another interactable item like that first room did. So these are basically the stock enemies of the ruins, as one would expect. Skellies. There's a lot that goes into Darkest Dungeon stuff, but let's see. I'm going to point the right way. Yes, haha. Over there, you'll see all the specific stats and resistances for these skellies. I'm not going to go too much into that, but basically they can't bleed. So this is a skill that does damage, but also has a high chance to bleed. These guys can't bleed, so I don't want to use that. This is just a straight pistol shot damage. This is kind of like a AoE, hit multiple people damage, but it's less than the straight pistol shot. And then this is just a buff to myself. But at this point, I think I'm fine with just doing damage. That's something that can definitely happen, though. Unlucky that we got it happening right now. But let's see. Let's go ahead and try a stun on one of these friends to hopefully decrease what they can do to us. Nice. And we were able to also skip out on that damage from their end. So This is a attack for the Crusader, for me, that not only hits multiple enemies, which you can see by the little... Gotta keep my finger in the shot. The red connector little plus there, and the fact that like it's lit up above their health bar, both of them will be hit, as well as on this, the two little connected dots show which positions it can hit. And the Crusader does extra damage against undead, so if we ever hit them, that will be a good thing. Unfortunately, Eric isn't in any place to actually be able to do any damage or heal, because nobody's taken damage. So I'm just going to pop off a party heal for the heck of it. It's not going to do anything. And let's see if we can actually get a shot off. Does he have increased stun resistance? He does not. So I'll try and stun him. I would have liked to do the one that's not as weak, but wow, we're dodging all over the place. Again, Eric is kind of useless right now. But the Plague Doctor Jamie was not able to actually hit in that position. Alright, let's try Zealous Accusation again.
As the fiend falls, a faint hope blossoms.
And this also theoretically does a bleed, but it's low, so hopefully this will just finish it off.
Is broken.
And we get some gold.
Offensive.
Later on, it's more important for the longer missions. There's definitely an inventory management aspect of this game because you only ever have this much inventory space. There are things that can stack, like the food, some other trinkets, and more valuable things that are more unique. You can only have one in each slot, so it's kind of a management game trying to unlock Strongbox. So we probably don't need to use the key on this. If I wanted to, I could drag it here, but since it's unlocked, probably no reason. And we can get this key
Laden
with some more stuff.
often low on supplies.
This is a trinket, but it's for a different class, so we can't put it on anybody right now. Again, some more upgrade materials, and then I think some gold. And we will continue moving on. And here is why you bring the shovels.
Stone seems bent on preventing
Bent on
passage.
preventing passage. If I didn't have this, it wouldn't auto-populate this shovel here. And I would have to dig through it by hand, which not only costs time, so the torchlight would go down, which at this point we're prepared for, but it would also cause health damage and cause these little stress indicators to go up, which once you max that out, we're pretty low at this point, to 200, there's a chance for them to go crazy, or they can become, I think, stalwart or heroic, something like that. It's much more likely for them to go crazy, which gives them a negative effect. Sometimes you just can't control what they do. Sometimes they steal your loot and you just don't have it in your inventory. It's not good, but on rare occasions they get like even more powerful when they go crazy, and it like resets, I think, to like 100 out of 200. But in this case, we don't have to worry about that. Right now, we can just use the shovel by clicking on that shovel. It looks like we got a shovel from that chest. It wasn't gold, because we still have another one. So this woman, whoops, that I just clicked on, is very annoying. She is somebody who does stress damage, and you can see she pushed me out of the way there. So she's kind of less of a direct health damage dealer and more of like an interrupty person and problem causer. So I like to try and get her out of the way as early as I can. Having John in the back here is not going to be great, but we will try to... She already went. I'm probably going to stun this one, which will bring her forward anyway and give us a little bit better chance to hit her. I can't do anything from the third position, so I'm going to bring myself up. Pop off a heal from Eric onto myself. Rolled good there. It can do from 3 to 5 theoretically. It can also crit, which I believe doubles it, and also reduces the amount of stress you currently have, so it's always very nice. And this lady is not a skeleton. She got skin. So she can bleed, so I'm going to go ahead and try and finish her off with this. And it's nice to have her gone. Their corpses still stick around. You can damage the corpses, but it's kind of a game of positioning. If I had pushed somebody to the very back and this was keeping them there, maybe they would be weaker if they weren't in the front, if they're like a melee guy. So sometimes they interrupt you trying to get to somebody you need to target, and then sometimes they help you out. Let's see. I will probably... This guy, since I stunned him last round, he's actually got increased with stun resistance, so I don't think I'm going to do that. Even though this doesn't really make sense because he can't bleed, I'm still going to hit him with my knife. Because, man, Eric, you need some new moves. Because the stun didn't really make sense either. Nice. Normally there aren't this many misses and dodges, but I'm okay with it. Because it's mostly been in our favor.
Destroy them all.
Alright, so now his stun resistance is gone. Oh, this one isn't a stun. That one's actually a poison, which I can do. Just try and take out the corpse so I can actually hit this dude. Again, Eric is just here for moral support. And hopefully our Crusader will miss, unfortunately. Not a huge deal, because I'll just go through this round again. Just pop off. Ah, there's a crit. Pop off a heal. To get us basically back where we need to be. And then reset my order. And into the next room. Which is empty, so we can just keep on moving. Right now I got lucky with scouting. Once this finishes. I can kind of show you what that means. Zoom in here. So normally it's just like these rooms. You just kind of see the direction of where they are, and you can pick based on that. You don't exactly know what's in between them or what is going to be in them, but on slightly rare occasions, that scouting thing happens when you go to choose your next room. It's more likely the higher your light is, so got fairly lucky here. So there are a few interactables in the hallways in between this room and the two that are adjacent to me. This one, as it says, has battle with treasure, and this one has a battle with an interactable consumable event thing. So it doesn't really matter. These are traps, so it's good to keep an eye out for those if you know about them, because you can disarm them if you see them on the way. Go ahead and get some more loot. Looks like I'm probably overloaded on shovels, so maybe I didn't need that first one, but of course I wouldn't have known that things would have worked out quite like that. So I'll go ahead and pop off another shot on the mage, as it were. And here's where she causes trouble. That 27 in the black numbers is stress damage, so it can make me go crazy. It's also difficult to remove. That's something you have to do in between runs and kind of puts people out of commission if they're too high up, so I hate it. So that stressful incantation, I think that she does, is the worst. This guy, I think I'll just do some damage. Because hopefully, Hermes, our highwayman, will be able to pop the cultist, the acolyte, and deal with her on his own. Thank you for the heal, Eric. What's this guy's health at? 7. This probably does... Oh, I can see it right there. It does about 6 to 12. Oh no, that's this one. Gotta click on it. 4 to 8 damage. I knew that didn't seem right. And he's got 7, and he's gonna bleed for 2, so... Yeah, even if it didn't kill him there, the bleed probably would have taken care of him. So they are dealing more damage now, and we're taking more stress because of the light situation. But we're just gonna get so many good treasures. Let's see. Can hit them both with this. I can probably rolled low on that. I was gonna say kill the Skelly. I want to take her out before she can stress me out anymore. Hopefully he doesn't crit. They also have a higher crit chance in the dark. But it seems like we're probably doing okay. Think. Reset my party.
So too will resist.
So this is as dark as it can get. Our torch is black as pitch, and you can see it's just gone completely black and white. So this chest is the reason why I brought a key. Of course, I got another key, but drag the key into the middle, and it unlocks these chests that have locks on them. So we got a bunch of treasure worth about 1,200, well, exactly 1,250, and then some more upgrade materials as well. So we'll need to keep an eye on this hallway as we're traveling. Once we get into the third little section here, there's this trap. All of the characters have a different percentage to disarm traps. The highwayman is the best that you have at the beginning, so just click on him and then click on the trap, and he's got a decent chance to disarm it, avoiding, again, damage and stress, which is perfect. Empty room that we knew about since there was scouting for that room as well. I'm going to go ahead and... Sorry, bump the mic. Over there. Go down, even though maybe we don't have to, because we only have to explore 90% of the rooms. That basically means in this case you can do all but one, and you could leave if you wanted to at that point. But again, I like pressing my luck and going crazy with my torchless run. Getting a... Whoops. Kind of got lucky there. Didn't switch to my highwayman to disarm the trap, but I want to explore everything in order to get as much loot as possible. It's also worth noting that backtracking like that is bad for stress if you're going... Well, I guess I haven't done it yet. Once I go back up, I'll have backtracked. But you want to try and limit that because you will naturally take some stress as you're going through the dungeon, but if you're just like going around in circles, the stress gets more and more and more. So it's obviously something that you want to limit if possible. Got a new enemy in this crossbowman, the Bone Arbolist. He is also pretty annoying, so I'm going to try and put him... Wow, he only has 10% stun resist, but he did it. Good crit. The Arbalist has pretty high crit chance himself. I'll go ahead and give it to me. Thank you, Eric. go ahead and do an AoE because both of those stock skellies are pretty low. And then everybody could use it, so I'll do a party heal. Rolled terribly, but you know, that's okay. As long as this doesn't miss, he should die anyway. I wonder if that counts. When you crit, you also get stress reduction, but it doesn't count on corpses, apparently. So this fountain, I believe, heals and reduces stress, and since Jamie here is on the verge of getting a little jittery, I'm gonna have her interact with it so she gets the effects. I'm pretty sure also, and this is just something you figure out from messing around with the various items and interactables. You can drag different things into this slot, kind of to use it on whatever you're looking at. And you know you can use it because it's got this little question mark under the icon. Like I couldn't put my diamonds in there. Sapphires. It wouldn't do anything. But I think using the holy water on the holy fountain increases that buff even more. So we'll see. Divine benefit. I believe that's true. Scouting again. Let's just go to this curio. I don't care that we're backtracking. And something to keep in mind with the backtracking is that even though I'm only going halfway through this hallway, you can't just like turn around immediately. You have to go from room to room. So, gotta go the full way, turn around, and then we're gonna have 2 full hallways where you'll see they'll probably take a mild amount of stress. Nothing too crazy, but you do want to limit it when possible. And then looks like the next room that yeah, it's not behind my head. I went too far, I can't click on the door. To our right now, we got scouting for, and it will be empty, which once we, wow, that's a lot of food.
Only the first test. Now it must be carried home.
Once we get to that room, it'll pop up saying, yay, you did it. Yeah, okay. So here's the hunger, where there's just a percentage chance at basically any point in the dungeon. It's usually later on, where your party either needs to eat food, which takes your resource of the food there. It's 1 per person, so 4. They regain health if you have it, and if you don't, you take both stress damage and regular damage. So we have it, no reason to do that. Just got a bunch of it. And we'll head into this room. Boom. So, did what we needed to do. We could return to the hamlet right now, or keep going. You know we're going to keep going to finish this baby out. We'll see if there's actually anything worth doing here. Got another pile of rubble. Luckily we got shovels to spare. And our last room. Yep. Has both a oof, that's not good. Both a battle and another locked chest. Problem here is with our torch level being so low, the likelihood of us getting surprised like that and then shuffling positions is much higher, which just throws a wrench into the works with what we can actually pull off here. So, none of these guys can bleed. But I think, nice, that was lucky. I think it might just be worth doing the damage because it takes forever to switch everybody back. Let's see. I'm gonna try and stun the Bone Courier here, who is also a stress damage dealer, who can just get out of hand quick. Because right now I have no way to heal stress in the dungeon. I do have a way to heal just physical damage. Good dodge. Good dodge, Herm. You beautiful man. You beautiful bun man. Go ahead and make Eric heal again. Yeah. See what we can do on the Bone Courier. Oh, I guess it's Bone Courtier. Not Courier. Let's throw out a stun on Crossbow Arbalist. Heal on me. Can probably kill with our lower damage move here that hits 2. The Courtier. And of course, we would want to do that because take one out, do... Oh, well that's nice. We're basically back to our original positions. Take one out, get some immediate damage on the next one. Let's see. This guy still has stun resist. He does not. Yeah, missed though. Heal up Hermes. Herm looks different. Just big ol' single target. This guy is harder to actually kill with physical attacks. Doing bleed, if we could make him bleed, but blight, which is basically poison, can be helpful against these guys because he has 25% protection. So he takes 25% less damage against physical. Really? Crowd control and being able to stun and debuff characters is quite important in this game, just because you're trying to manage your health and stress so much. Having a numbers advantage is a very good thing.
A momentary abatement.
Not rolling well on those party heals. Yeesh. Hopefully, Zealous Accusation will take care of them both, though. Okay. Don't have enough room in my inventory, so there you go. That is one example of that inventory management coming up. But I'm going to go ahead and just get rid of an anti-venom it gave me for free. We didn't get poisoned. And then we can open this chest. Again, need to make some decisions here. I'll drop the torches because we're not going to use them. And I'll drop 2 food. Get the rest. And then to leave, now that we're done, can just hit the quest complete button. And it'll give us a little breakdown of everything we got. It's very satisfying, especially on the longer missions when it's just like do for just so long and pops up all different kinds of things. It's great. So here we got the normal quest rewards, which was the gold, upgrade materials, and the little item. Then everything we got in the dungeon, mostly money, and then some food, and then a bunch of upgrade materials from the dungeon as well. The currencies here are busts, crests, portraits. I don't remember what the shields are called. No, those are crests. Papers? Yeah, I guess we got the 0 papers. But these 4 are used to upgrade in different combinations the buildings in town. And here you get a screen for all of your character breakdowns, and this little image, you click on that, and both good and bad. These are traits that you just random into based on your character's level up progress in the dungeon. It's random. Red is bad. White/yellow is good. So right now, Eric is a bad gambler, so if we have him de-stress in town using the gambling hall, he'll lose us money probably, or there's more of a chance. And for longer missions where you have rest phase, if we choose to use that time to heal with Eric, he'll do a little bit more. So I'd say overall, generally positive, because the gambling thing, there are alternatives too.
Banners fly.
I guess they're quirks.
And the corpse wagons stand at the ready. The circus has come to town.
The circus has come to town. So this is something that they added later. I think this might be the PvP. I've never done it. I'm sure it's fun. And then there is just overall log of everything that's happened, and your characters, what happened to them in the dungeon, and your overall goals, which I think you can get back to anytime by clicking the scroll. So we unlock the Abbey,
The cobwebs have been dusted,
which we can put anybody
The Abbey
in
calls to
one
the
of
faithful.
these different rooms, Penance Hall, Transept, or Cloister, different different costs associated with them, and the higher the cost, the more stress they reduce. And then the tavern is the same thing, basically.
Cards and curtained rooms.
Brothel, gambling hall,
Solace
bar,
to the
so
weary
that's where
and
we
broken
probably wouldn't
alike.
want to put Eric to gamble. So we've got other places we could theoretically chuck him in. And then we got here in the stagecoach, which is the way to recruit new friends. Got basically a barbarian and kind of a rogue woman. And
To those with a keen
in the
eye,
beginning, it's generally good to just recruit everybody. You can always drop them later. You don't invest too much into them right off the bat. So that's usually fine. And then looks like that's all we've unlocked here. Yes. Let's see. I'll just give you an overview of some of the upgrade processes. If you hit that little, hit that little plus sign, you get to the upgrade screen where, depending on what the location is, you can spend those resources you get in the dungeon to give various benefits to whatever that area is. Early on, I generally like keeping my upgrade stuff for as long as possible so I can dump them immediately into a combination of the guild and the blacksmith, which are the things that upgrade your skills and your weapons. So I like doing fun stuff, so that's what I do. But let's go ahead here. We got a little bit of time. Just go on another short expedition, bring our new friends. I'll drop myself. Let's see. I'll drop Hermes. The Femme Fatales. That seems appropriate. And we'll just get another quick one in here, as I don't have to explain quite as much, hopefully. I won't keep you here too long, but I think we got some time, and I like this game. And show you some of the new characters. I really like the Hellion, which is the barbarian. And I think we're good to go. So we'll probably see a fair amount of the same enemies, but
things must be driven back.
the room layouts are always randomed.
And the seat of
randomized, and the objectives. So this one I need to do 100% of the battles. Guess I know how to disarm traps in the rooms. So I need to head out this way, one way or the other. Okay. So what do we got here? We got a Buffy buff, we got a Daggy Dag. We got a Shifty Shift. Let's just go ahead and throw a dagger. Nice. Well done, Grave Robber. Getting rid of the Stress Man immediately. Let's go ahead and stun the Arbalist if we can. The Bone Soldier in the back may actually not even be able to attack from that position. So Eric is useless again. The Vestal here is actually like one of the most important characters. The healers are so important, and the Vestal's just great all around. You can get different skills. There are a couple on Eric right now that I don't love. But if I was able to switch those out, the Vestal could stun, do some debuffs, do some damage as well as heal. I'm just kind of limited right now. And let's just have the Hellion do a little whack. Otherwise, it would be bleeding, which again, can't really do to these friends. Lots of damage. Well, let's go back to and buff ourselves since we're in the front, which we don't really want to be. See if we can take out the Arbalist. Unfortunate that the Bone Soldier still can reach us from there. Hey, got a decent roll on the party heal for once. Cool. Well done, Jamie. Get that Arbalist.
Continue the onslaught. Destroy them all.
I think there are probably... Let's see if I can think of them quickly. There's a dog man, there's a shield man, there's a creepy man, there's another creepy man. I think there's another lady. I think there were like 9 or 10 classes. And many modded classes that I think would be fun to do a run with all of those. And all of them, I think, have 6 skills you can choose from and switch between and combo. So you can find parties that you really like. And there's a lot of different variation between runs based on your setups, and you have to adapt because oftentimes people are put out of commission or they die. They're something I haven't even mentioned, which is a big part of this game, is there is perma-death. If your boy drops to 0, they go onto what's called death's door, so they're not immediately dead. But if I think there's like a 50-50 chance if they get hit again, they just flat out die and they're gone, no matter how much gold you've dumped into them, no matter how experienced they are, they be gone. And it is sad. So this Eldritch Altar is another thing where I can use this holy water on to kind of purify the corruption. And let's move on. Let's just take a look at the bookshelf. Hey, a map. It's fun. Gives us the same benefits as scouting. And I'm not sure this has actually happened. There can be these random encounters in hallways as well. It's not always new enemies. In this case, I'm happy it was. I think this guy... Oh, it can be blighted. Alright, I'm going to try that then. To take him out before... Blah. 20% blight resist, and he still manages to stop it. But yes, there can be random encounters in between rooms. Some are more deadly than others. Some are very deadly. Man, these crappy little grubs are doing a lot to me right now. Yes, I know I have blight. Bleed, please. Really? I guess it does have pretty high bleed resist. So I'm just going to try and take it out with Eric, who shouldn't be in the front, but we'll do our best. I'm going to use this to cure the bleed on the, or the blight rather, on the Hellion. So it doesn't do ticking damage.
Confidence surges as the enemy crumbles.
And try to...
Another one.
Wow, well done, Eric. Maybe you should be in the front.
Success so clearly in view.
Try and take these guys out as quick as
Or
possible.
Is it merely a trick of the light?
So it looks like either way we would have had to explore all of the rooms in this dungeon, because there is a fight here and there's a fight at the one at the very top. Yeah. So it's probably better to do with the backtracking now rather than later. Right. Wow, really? That's not good. Resist the push? Nope. Nice. Okay. Oh, we can't hit the front guy. Let's try and do this then. Party heal. Since everybody kinda needs it. And the grave robber's in the back, so I kinda doubt she's gonna take too much damage now. That's gonna be a lot of stress on Jamie. Oof, we're rolling low. Try and stun this guy. Party heal again. Good crit. There is a crit chance for the AoE attacks for anyone it affects, so that's good. In this case, there's always another side to that coin. When the enemies do it to you, and they will.
Maintain the offensive.
They always do. Get him. Nice. Jamie! Jamie, baby! Yeah, yeah. Man. Thank you for putting up with me. This is such a good game. Why are your games so good? Party heal, why not? Probably that's why not. But, you know, oh well. At least we only have one more room battle that we know about. Could stumble across. Nice. Stumble across some more randoms, though. Alright. Cleaned up nicely, though. Take our winnings.
This expedition at least promises success.
And move on back to the entrance as we bleed from the Hellion and take stress due to our decreasing light and backtracking. It's fine. It's fine. Yep. And there's hunger. But right here popped up another random battle that we can only see in this case. Don't be surprised. Thank you. Due to that map that we found. Gonna try and focus fire a bit here. Take one of them out. before they can go. Unfortunately, that other one didn't get poisoned, but this will slightly limit the damage we can take. Okay. I think I'm gonna go a single heal. Nice. I think that's about as good as we could have done there. Try and take out the gunman. Bleed, please. Alright, so he's taking 2, so he's dead. Go ahead and heal our grave robber, again for basically the max without the crit. So I can start working on these guys. Gonna try and get a stun off. Nice. Limit that. Oof. That one hurt. Limit that damage we're taking. Gonna go ahead and clear that bleed.
Wounds of war can be healed, but never hidden.
Since our grave robber's pretty low.
The slow death.
So this one will go down in 2 rounds with the bleed if I don't do any more damage to it. Oof! Got some death issues happening here. Yeah, I think I'm gonna party heal. Since these two are just so low. Oh, this cures bleed too. That's cool, because she couldn't hit the one in front. Can't stun the one in front. So I'll just knife him. I guess the plague doctor's a she.
Eradicated.
And let's solo heal Jamie. That one's gonna bleed out.
Cuts on its own.
Could use some random food drops. That would be nice. Now we are moving onwards and upwards to the last few battles.
The darkness holds dominion.
There are a couple right now, if more don't appear, just in the hallways. Nothing. Oh no, there is one in the final room as well. So we got 3 more battles, at least. Ooh. Oh no. Our grave robber took damage because we didn't have enough food because I like to be risky. And is now on death's door, which is very bad. They all are massively stressed and will only continue to get more stressed as we move through here. So our riskiness is catching up with us a little bit. I don't regret it. I don't regret it. Gotta live on the edge with the darkest dungeon.
Packs laden with loot
What is this called?
are often
All
low
right,
on
deeds.
supplies.
Okay. I'm gonna heal her 1 to get her off of death's door. She's probably gonna go back on it immediately. Yeah. This is going great. Oof. Okay, got lucky. Didn't die. Party heal to get 2 people off of death's door.
Or cowardice.
And they're right back on it.
Confusion. Nerves. And panic.
Oh, and Jamie's going crazy. Jamie's fearful. I can't blame you. So that means something. I think she may switch positions to get farther back. Oh, this isn't great. That's fine. Eric is in a decent way. That's bad. Woo! 2 death door resists. Ah, yeah, so Jamie ran away. Let's go ahead and play grenade to try and finish this out. Alright, Jamie's dead! Our grave robber's now going crazy. She's also fearful. Managed to dodge. Let's try and take this guy out. Hellions now on death's door. Oh no. Already healed. Oh no, I clicked the wrong one. Whoops. He might be dead from poison or damage. Yeah, okay. So we got 2 left.
Gently. This is how a life is taken.
Good crit. Eric's on death's door. Everybody, basically. Yup, now everybody. Maybe if I hit party heal, it'll be okay. So, she was Eric was bleeding, so Eric's dead. The Hellions panicked. Hopeless now. Death's door. So now we have no healing left. Oh my gosh. Okay, so she was panicked or whatever, so she just passed her turn. And there you go! That's Darkest Dungeon.
But not the end of things.
It normally doesn't go quite like that, but I like it as a highlight of you gotta take this game kinda seriously, just in the fact that it'll turn on you, and it'll turn on you quick, even if you've played it however many times. If you kind of do some stupid stuff like the torchless challenge and don't really bring any food challenge, it'll probably bite you in the butt. So all those people, we can now visit Jamie and Eric in the graveyard, along with our 2 friends that we had for one tiny dungeon. You know, I'm fine. I'm fine and Herm's fine, though, so don't worry about it. So that's a good highlight of Darkest Dungeon. It definitely gives you the vibe of the game. It's difficult. It's not that difficult. It's not as difficult as I made it right there. It's definitely a lot of trial and error, but it's very, very fun along the way. And there's things to discover, things to explore, builds to make with the classes, their skills, making it work with the different areas, which have different types of enemies that you have to work with in different ways, and then the items, and trying to upgrade efficiently. So it's really fun. But it'll get you. When you least expect it, it'll get you. So until next time, remember, dashing through the snow, you'll get 1 horse open slayed.